What's up, y'all? Let's talk meadow restoration and the removal of St. John's wort. Stay with me. What's up, everyone? After a quick tick check, I am able to start filming again. It may be early spring, but it was a very dry winter, and it's looking like a pretty dry spring so far. And with that being said, that's just prime breeding season for ticks. And like, even though I'm out here rolling around in shorts and stuff, doesn't mean I want ticks on me. I deserve to frolic. I just have to be more careful about it, right? Anyways, so this is a former pasture that I'm attempting to turn into a wildlife meadow or wildlife sanctuary that'll hopefully support the native pollinators, the birds, and all the native wildlife out here. That's my end goal. Unfortunately, I was hoping to be able to have some seed ready to go this winter, hoping to be able to cold stratificate or frost stratificate. That's when you seed the snow so that it germinates. Sounded real smart right there, but I just learned that word a few weeks ago. But anyways, I digress. It just allows the seeds to germinate, which will help them sink into the ground better. It's a whole thing. A lot of science behind it. Big sciencey stuff. But anyways, I digress. Unfortunately, my plans have been put on halt because I identified St. John's wort. Now, this is not the only patch I have. Now, this is a big patch because this is where a burn pile used to be, and St. John's wort loves burnt ground. It loves disturbed soil. But it's also extremely aggressive. Like all of that over there, over that way, you can't see it because it's really low to the ground, but that's all St. John's wort along the roadside, which leads me to believe that someone brought it in via their tires, and then it just kept spreading because it's all up there, it's all over there. It's all over the place up here. But that doesn't mean that my battle is lost. It just means I have to be more diligent and more aggressive about it. With that being said, unfortunately, due to the fact that it's rhizomous and it spreads through seeds, and it's just a very aggressive plant overall, the only way, don't boo me, the only way that I stand a chance at getting rid of it, to return this to the meadow it deserves to be, is with herbicides. I'm not happy about it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about it. But unfortunately, it's like a necessary evil when you're fighting invasive plants that people brought over because of the health benefits, right? That's unfortunately what they don't tell you about in the essential oil industry is like, yeah, they have all this mullein oil and they have all this St. John's oil and whatnot, but how did it get here, right? It was brought here and they couldn't contain it because how aggressive it is, but unfortunately, it doesn't serve a purpose out here. Now, mullein and St. John's wort both have medical properties. Sure, I'm not here to disagree with that. Those are also proven, but they don't help the wildlife. And nature is a collective, not a singular. Just because it's good for me doesn't make it good for thee, you know? So with that being said, I do plan on harvesting it. I will let it grow and I will pick everything that I can because that is the most ethical way to harvest an invasive but also medically beneficial plant, is to take all of it. Now, if you're going out and you're harvesting something native, like something in the Pacific Northwest, twin berries. If you're gonna go out and harvest twin berries, don't take them all because those are for the birds. Those have a purpose out in nature. If you're gonna go out and harvest common sage, go ahead and do that. You know, like just don't take all from one plant. Take like a selective few from each plant, so that like just don't take the whole plant. But when it comes to something like mullein or St. John's wort, the most ethical way to harvest it is to take the whole thing, right? Just take it. Take the whole thing. It's all yours. Because unfortunately, nothing out here can eat it. Like sheep and goats love it, but that's because it makes them feel good. It is a mood stabilizer and mood enhancer, so it does make them feel good. But then those same sheep and goats you see eating it will be covered in sun blisters and sunburns and stuff because it causes photosensitivity in animals. It also causes it in humans in abundance. I mean, hell, just getting it on your hand can cause photosensitivity. Now, thankfully, these are in skeleton phase, so I hope I don't have to worry too much about that. If not, then oh well, that's the risk I took. But I digress. Nothing else out here eats it. It doesn't benefit any of the pollinators. It's just kind of here. So I'm going to harvest what I can, and I'm going to cut everything else down. So, but on the bright side, there is one native plant that has been able to compete with it, and that is Western yarrow. This little bugger is extremely aggressive, and it is native, and it does benefit pollinators. But as you'll see here, I have all these mullein rosettes, these St. John's wort. Oh, I'm getting some greens on the St. John's wort, so that means it's probably coming up too. But like, same with mullein, right? So mullein is a biennial, so that means it's a rosette in its first year, and then the second year, meaning this year, because there's already rosettes and they've already been established, that means it's going to bolt up. So with that being said, it does have properties that I do enjoy. I actually kind of enjoy smoking mullein or drinking mullein tea. It does have benefits, but that doesn't mean I'm going to allow it in my all native pasture, right? So that means the moment those start to bolt, I'm going to yank them. I'm going to pull every single one of them. Because again, that is the most ethical way to harvest an invasive plant. Take it all. It doesn't belong out here. It's only good for you, but it's not good for them, right? So again, say it with me. Nature is a collective, not a singular. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's Critter the Cryptid app.